heading to Whole Foods right now, but I just gave some really good advice to my friend that I wish I mean, it took me a while to learn this, and she was talking to me about how she's like, how do you like tell people or give people recommendations to fix their problem and not have it annoy them? I'm like, I have thought about this and I have figured this one out. So the advice I gave her was, first, if someone's telling you their problems, count to 15 in your head so that you know that they're done saying what, like, ranting. Like, let them get everything out. Let them say everything they want to say. Don't interrupt them. Let them keep going. And 9 out of 10 times, when they're done, they'll say, wow, yeah, what do you think? Like, they'll ask you because the silence is there. And people typically don't like silence. So they'll fill it by asking what you think, or just say, I'm done. Like, I'm done with that rant. And it's helpful to do so because it lets them feel through their emotions. I remember this one time my friend and I were out in Joshua Tree camping, and I was trying to run a Christmas lighting business, and I was out there, my business partner was back here, and he was sick, and I was having this one lady complaining about how the job was like partially done. We did 95% of her thing, and we had like lights to put around her door, and she was blowing up my phone, and I was out in California, I was all getting all stressed out, and I just went on a huge rant. My friend just let me do it all, like say everything I wanted to say, and then he gave me some advice on it. And then another time, he asked me, I called him up and I went on this huge rant about like all the feelings I had because my dad was going through cancer at the time. And at the end of it, I was like, thanks for letting me express that. And feeling that, like actually being on the receiving end of it, helped a lot because it helped me understand what good communication felt like and like what someone actually wants when they're in one of those situations. The other advice I gave her was ask them questions, don't tell them what to do. So lead them to what you think would help them. I mean, a good example is if someone's fat and they want to get in better shape, you both cut calories so that you're in the slight caloric deficit, and you increase your working out. You can increase your working out, put on a bunch of muscle, and then cut calories and lose the fat. But some combination here of lowering calories to lose the fat and working out more to increase your metabolism is what you want. There are ways to do it so that you can do it healthily. If you don't do it healthily, you can crash your metabolism, and then that just really sucks. But if someone was complaining about that to me, I would ask them, well, what have you tried? And I'd let them say what they've tried. I'm like, have you tried any diets? Okay, why do you think they didn't work for you? How do you think you could improve them to make them work? And kind of just guide them through the process without necessarily telling them. Like, yeah, sure, I think they should cut back on processed foods, cut out seed oils, not eat gluten, and exercise more. And I'll lead them to that through my questioning. And I'll ask them, have you considered eliminating gluten from your diet? Have you looked into the health effects of that? And for me personally, I track my health using my Whoop band, and I have a very negative... Eating gluten really affects my recovery score, and I have tried this on multiple days, but I do like bread. It tastes really good. I like cake, and I like sweets and baked goods, but repeatedly my recovery score goes down when I have them. And I'm smart enough to see the app say that it affects my recovery, think to those days I've had it, and being like, yeah, it does negatively affect my recovery, and then limit it highly, if not eliminate it. I mean, I still sometimes have it, but I don't most of the time. So even though it doesn't negatively affect it, I'll have it at like a wedding or party, and the rest of the time I don't. Sometimes it's good just to remind yourself a little bit of why you don't eat it by having it hit you and make you feel a little worse the next day. But I try to guide people to those things. Granted, everyone's a little different, so someone might not get affected the same way, but I ask them, like, what workouts have you tried? Like, have you tried gaining more muscle? How have you looked into how to build up your metabolism? And I find people a lot more receptive to it. And the last piece of advice I gave her was, people don't care what you have to say until they know you care about them. And I think I slightly butchered that, but I took that from a book called, it's like 92 Tricks for Socializing or something like that. Very interesting book. Some of them sound a little funny, but some of them are also pretty valid and just talks about certain social dynamics and how to improve your communication abilities. So I would highly recommend the book if you wanted to learn more about it. But asking questions, understanding people, hearing them, and I mean, sometimes they know what they need to do and they just want to vent about it. Sometimes they're looking for a little guidance. But if you hear them out and you give them the time, they'll normally tell you what they want. They'll either ask you for advice or they'll thank you. Be like, that was, I don't know, this is the classic TV trope where someone goes up to a person, the person doesn't say a word, and the person that walked up to them, like, just starts talking, asking advice, then realizes what they should do, thanks the person for their advice, and walks away. And the person's just like, looks at them like, I didn't say anything. And yeah, that sometimes how it goes. But it took me a while to learn this, and many pissed off people. If you look at my channel, I think like a year or two ago, I made a video talking about how if someone's gonna tell me their problems, I'm gonna tell them how to fix them. And there's a whole rant talking about how annoying I found it when someone would like bitch to me about their issues and what they're going through and not expect me to try to solve it. But growing older has taught me compassion, along with having friends that shown you more functional ways of doing things.